Welcome. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of price discrimination. Have you ever wondered why two people might pay different prices for the same product or service? This is not just a coincidence, it's a strategic approach used by firms to maximize profits. Price discrimination is a pricing strategy where businesses charge different prices to different customers for the same good or service based on their willingness or ability to pay. In this video, we'll explore the types, reasons, and real-world examples of price discrimination, helping you understand why it happens and how it affects both consumers and businesses. Price discrimination refers to the practice of selling the same product or service at different prices to different groups of people. This isn't about offering discounts or sales to everyone. It's about targeting specific groups based on their characteristics or behaviors. For example, students and seniors often get special pricing for movie tickets or public transportation. The goal for firms is to capture as much consumer surplus as possible, turning it into additional revenue. By understanding what price discrimination is, we can better recognize it in our daily lives and see how it shapes the market. Firms use price discrimination to increase their profits. By charging higher prices to those willing to pay more and lower prices to those who are more price-sensitive, companies can sell more units and capture more value from the market. This strategy is especially common in industries where the cost of producing an extra unit is low, such as digital goods or services. Price discrimination allows firms to serve a wider range of customers, making their products accessible to more people while still maximizing revenue from those who can afford to pay more. Price discrimination to work, certain conditions must be met. First, the firm must have some control over the price, meaning the market can't be perfectly competitive. Second, the company must be able to segment the market and identify groups with different willingness to pay. Third, there must be no easy way for customers to resell the product to others. If these conditions are met, firms can successfully implement price discrimination and benefit from increased profit. First-degree price discrimination, also known as perfect price discrimination, occurs when a firm charges each customer the maximum price they are willing to pay. In theory, this allows the company to capture all consumer surplus. While it's rare in practice, some services like car dealerships or auctions come close by negotiating prices individually. This approach requires detailed information about each customer's willingness to pay, which is often difficult to obtain. Second-degree price discrimination involves charging different prices based on the quantity consumed or the version of the product chosen. For example, buying in bulk often results in a lower price per unit, and software companies may offer basic, standard, and premium versions at different price points. This method doesn't require the firm to know each customer's willingness to pay, but instead lets customers self-select into the pricing tier that suits them best. Degree price discrimination is the most common type and involves segmenting customers into groups based on observable characteristics, such as age, location, or occupation. For instance, students, seniors, and children often receive discounts, while tourists may pay more for attractions. Firms use this strategy when they can easily identify and separate different groups, tailoring prices to each segment's willingness to pay. Airlines and hotels are classic examples of industries that use price discrimination. Ticket prices can vary dramatically depending on when you book, your age, or even your location. Business travelers often pay more than vacationers, and last-minute bookings are usually more expensive. By analyzing customer data, airlines and hotels can adjust prices in real time to maximize revenue from each segment. Many businesses offer special discounts to students and seniors. This is a form of degree price discrimination, as these groups are generally more price-sensitive. By offering lower prices, firms can attract more customers from these segments without lowering prices for everyone. This strategy is common in entertainment, transportation, and even retail, helping firms boost sales while maintaining higher prices for other groups. Coupons and promotional offers are another way firms practice price discrimination. Not all customers use coupons, so those who do are typically more price-sensitive. By offering discounts through coupons, companies can attract these customers without reducing prices for everyone. This approach helps firms increase sales among budget-conscious shoppers while maintaining higher margins from those who don't use coupons. Have you noticed that buying in bulk often means paying less per unit? This is second-degree price discrimination in action. Firms offer volume discounts to encourage larger purchases, which benefits both the business and the customer. The company sells more products and the customer enjoys a lower price per item. This strategy is common in wholesale clubs, supermarkets, and online retailers. Seasonal and time-based pricing is another form of price discrimination. For example, hotels and airlines charge higher prices during holidays or peak travel seasons. Similarly, movie theaters may offer lower prices for matinee showings. By adjusting prices based on demand at different times, firms can maximize revenue and fill more seats or rooms during off-peak periods. Firms sometimes charge different prices in different locations, a practice known as geographical price discrimination. For instance, a product might cost more in a big city than in a small town. This can reflect differences in income, competition, or cost of doing business. By tailoring prices to each market, firms can increase their profits and better serve local customers. The rise of online shopping, personalized pricing has become more common. Websites can track your browsing history, location, and even device type to adjust prices just for you. This is a form of first-degree price discrimination, as firms try to estimate your willingness to pay and offer prices accordingly. While this can benefit businesses, it also raises questions about fairness and privacy. Membership and loyalty programs are another way firms practice price discrimination. By offering special deals or points to members, companies can reward frequent customers and encourage repeat business. These programs often provide exclusive discounts or early access to sales, allowing firms to segment their market and offer different prices based on customer loyalty. Dynamic pricing is a strategy where online retailers change prices in real time based on demand, competition, or even the time of day. This approach allows firms to maximize profits by charging higher prices when demand is strong and offering discounts when sales are slow. Dynamic pricing is common in e-commerce, travel, and event ticketing, and it's powered by sophisticated algorithms and data analysis. While price discrimination can benefit firms and some consumers, it also raises ethical questions. Is it fair for two people to pay different prices for the same product? Some argue that it helps make goods more accessible, while others worry about discrimination and privacy. It's important for firms to balance profit motives with fairness and transparency, ensuring that their pricing strategies don't harm vulnerable groups. In some cases, price discrimination is regulated by law. For example, the Robinson-Patman Act in the United States prohibits certain forms of price discrimination that harm competition. However, many common practices like student discounts or dynamic pricing are legal. Firms must be careful to comply with regulations and avoid practices that could be seen as unfair or anti-competitive. Price discrimination offers several benefits for firms. It allows companies to increase their revenue, serve more customers, and better match prices to each segment's willingness to pay. By capturing more consumer surplus, firms can invest in innovation, expand their offerings, and stay competitive in the market. Consumers can also benefit from price discrimination. Price-sensitive groups like students or seniors gain access to lower prices, making goods and services more affordable. Volume discounts and promotional offers can help shoppers save money. However, not all consumers benefit equally, and some may end up paying more than others. Despite its advantages, price discrimination has drawbacks. Some customers may feel it's unfair or become frustrated if they discover others paid less. There's also a risk of negative publicity if pricing practices are seen as discriminatory or exploitative. Firms must carefully manage their strategies to avoid alienating customers or attracting regulatory scrutiny. Modern technology and data analytics have made price discrimination more sophisticated. Firms can collect and analyze vast amounts of data to segment customers and adjust prices in real time. This allows for more precise targeting and greater flexibility, but it also raises concerns about privacy and data security. International firms often practice price discrimination by charging different prices in different countries. This can reflect differences in income, taxes, or market conditions. For example, software or pharmaceuticals may cost less in developing countries than in developed ones. By adjusting prices globally, firms can expand their reach and increase profits. Movie theaters are a great example of price discrimination in action. They often charge different prices based on age, time of day, or seat type. Matinee showings are cheaper and premium seats cost more. By segmenting their audience, theaters can fill more seats and maximize revenue from each group. Software companies often use second-degree price discrimination by offering different versions at various price points. For example, there might be a free basic version, a standard version for individuals, and a premium version for businesses. This allows customers to choose the option that fits their needs and budget, while the company captures more value from those willing to pay more. Pharmaceutical companies often charge different prices for the same drug in different countries. This reflects differences in income levels, government regulations, and healthcare systems. By adjusting prices, firms can make medicines more accessible in low-income markets while maintaining higher prices in wealthier countries. Textbook publishers often practice international price discrimination by selling the same book at different prices in different countries. Students in developing countries may pay less, while those in developed countries pay more. This strategy helps publishers maximize profits while making educational materials more accessible worldwide. Ride-sharing apps like Uber use dynamic pricing, a form of price discrimination, to adjust fares based on demand, location, and time. During busy periods or in high-demand areas, prices increase. This helps balance supply and demand, ensuring more drivers are available when needed and maximizing revenue for the company. As technology advances, price discrimination is likely to become even more sophisticated. Artificial intelligence and big data will enable firms to analyze customer behavior in greater detail and personalize prices more effectively. While this offers new opportunities for businesses, it also means consumers need to be aware of how their data is used and how prices are set. Wrap up, price discrimination is a common and powerful strategy that allows firms to charge different prices to different customers. While it can benefit both businesses and some consumers, it also raises important ethical and legal questions. By understanding how price discrimination works, you can make more informed decisions as a consumer and appreciate the complexity behind the prices you see every day.